Hi all. Today I'm going to start a new series about chess engines and their role in our chess life. This might be a controversial series, but I think it's very important because we have this amazingly powerful tool called chess engines in our lives, and they're not going to disappear. So we need to know the right way of handling and using the chess engines for our own chess improvement as humans. I assume you're a human being who is watching me and you want to improve your chess game because this channel is designed to help you improve your chess game. So this one will be a nice series because first of all, I will tell you the limitations of chess engines, what they are silent about, right? Because philosophically, everyone is sort of amazed by what chess engines can do. Obviously, they can beat all the super GMs in the world. Yeah, they are the best players in the world. But there are also very important things that they cannot do for human chess improvement. And this is exactly what this video is about. Let me describe to you by showing this first position, okay? In this position, if white takes on e5, the engine is giving this as a mistake. But engine is not telling you why this move is a mistake. You need a human interpreter, either yourself or a stronger player or your coach, to explain to you why d takes e5 in this position was a big mistake. If you want to look at the engine, it just drops from 0.4 to let's say 0.000, right? The explanation is this: because white is exchanging a central pawn for a backward pawn, and white is also opening up and awakening that terrible bishop on f8. White is breaking the tension in the center instead of putting more pressure with moves like knight f3, right? You need a human judgment. Engines are silent in explaining why this was a mistake. But humans learn through those why questions, right? In any kind of other domain, you need to understand the deep structure of a domain. And then you need to ask why. What's the reason that this was a mistake? And right now, as this day and age, currently in 2023, engines are silent about this. Let me show you exactly what I mean by this slide. This video will talk about these three things, what engines are silent about. The first one, I already showed you. They don't tell you why it was a mistake. The second one, they don't tell you the root cause of your error. Also be interesting. Psychological causes or gameplay causes or other causes. They are silent about what happened before that caused you that error. And finally, today I want to talk about engine evaluations. They don't consider the human element, right? Engines don't tell you how practically easy or difficult for a human to play that particular position. I'm sure you know this, right? Also, that's how strong grandmasters or strong players prepare their openings. They intentionally go for those lines that are given a 0-0-0-0 by the engine, but it's much more easier to play for one side in a practical setting, but because two humans are playing chess game, as always, right? Usually, at least. So this video I will talk about these three things, and finally the conclusion will be this: engines don't tell you which conclusions you should draw from the game, and that's exactly what you need. You need those takeaways from your own games, from analyzing your own games, folks. We are humans. We need those lessons, interpretations, and so on. Okay, so let me go back and explain this to you by showing examples. This was the first position, and we were talking about why this one was a mistake. The second position. Thank you, Per, for giving me this. So I need to explain to you how we came about this position, by the way. This is a position, a game of one of my students. It's called Per. Thank you so much, Per, for allowing me to show your game. You're honest about your own game. You're honest to show your mistakes, because that's the only way to make progress. We should look at our own mistakes, our games, and draw the right conclusions. Per, you're a great English Botvinnik player, so you set up a beautiful opening so far. F4 is also nice. Takes, d4 is a very nice move because you're getting rid of the backward pawn and you're challenging the center. b3 is very nice because you're burying that b6 knight. So you see, Per, his positional understanding has improved lately. Maybe thanks to some of my chessable courses out there, a little bit of a shameless self-promotion. And after queen e2, connecting the rooks, getting the queen to open file, white achieved a pitch perfect opening. Check this out. Beautiful opening play for white. Look at those pawns. that are fighting for those central squares, right? Amazingly beautiful opening pair. And here comes your first mistake, knight e6. To a human eye, to a coach, this is the root of your future blunder pair. Why? Because you're potentially exposing yourself to annoying pins on the file, plus there's wishful thinking going on in your head, right? Because before you play knight e6, you're wishing and hoping that black will take your knight on e6, and obviously will achieve this beautiful endgame for white. But it's wrong thinking, because black is not forced to take your knight on e6, right? We are not playing checkers, we are playing chess. Of course, he goes bishop g4 attacking your queen, and suddenly, right, suffering starts. From now on, Per's play is deteriorating. He's playing worse than he played before. To my human eye, it's because of this knight problem on e6. Check this out. d5, c5. By the way, after the game, Per looked at this position with the engine and he said, oh, I checked with the engine and I was winning after knight takes g7. And this is also how engines mislead you, because if you check with the engine after the game, everything looks so easy. Oh, okay, so what's the point? Takes, bishop b7, and white is winning because of the attack on the f6 knight. But first of all, Per, be honest with me. Be honest with yourself. Was this move even in your radar, knight takes g7? I don't think so. You did not even look at this move as a candidate. So don't fool yourself by checking with the engine and just telling me that engine was giving you a win and you deserved a victory and you lost only because of a random stupid mistake, right? Because that's the worst possible conclusion you can take from this game, right? Because if you only say, oh, I deserve this victory, I lost it to random blunder, there's no learning there. I'm much more interested in why, for example, you played knight e6, wishful thinking, right? Or why, for example, you did not notice this danger, timely danger, and you try to solve your knight problem, and maybe then that, right, you could maybe look at all the forcing moves to change the picture before black pins your knight on e6. I'm much more interested in these questions, for example. For example, did you notice when you were playing the game pair this potential pin, or how comfortable were you feeling? Tell me your feelings. That's much more important as a human. Were you feeling comfortable here, or were you feeling desperate or sad about this knight on e6, right? I'm much more interested in those questions as a human. Okay, of course, after the game, he checked knight g7 was winning. In the actual game, he goes c5. And here, Per blunders queen g5 because of the annoying pin on the e file, at least to a human eye. That's my explanation of this blunder. And after bishop takes e6, white is lost because he lost a piece for nothing. And later, white lost the game, right? But I hope the lesson is clear. I hope, Per, that my explanation was useful for you to have the right conclusions and find the root cause of your mistakes, wishful thinking, and all the other things that I show you, right? Because that's the only way to take a step forward in your chess life. Okay, so before I show you the first position, final position, just to briefly sum up, so far we looked at these two things, these 2 points, and now I'm going to show you a beautiful example of when evaluations don't consider the human element. Okay, check this out, folks. So this final game is a game that I played against one of my students. I was playing with the white pieces here. My last move was rook h3 in this position, and black castled short. And I told myself, hey, this is amazing, because he's basically committing his king to the king side, and he's allowing for this opposite side castling middle game position. And I looked at the h6 points, the hook pawn. I saw the plan g4, g5, opening up lines and crash the black king. So I played, can you guess my move? Human move. I played queen e2, folks. Obviously, to a human eye, this is the strongest move, because my plan is very simple. I will keep the queens on the board because I will soon attack you on the king side. Thank you so much for castling short and giving me this free attack because of your h6 pawn. This is a human move. This is a human plan, but engines don't tell you this. Engine is giving this move as a blunder. I'm still shocked, actually, to see this. If you check this move with the engine, it's a blunder. No, it's not a human blunder. It's a disgusting engine defense that is defeating this move. Check this out. The only way for black to gain advantage here is to find 5 disgusting moves in a row. Rook f8, knight h7 is the only move. And then check this out, yeah? Rook d5 is the only move as well. And after this, knight g5 is the only move. It's incredible all these moves are black's only chance to stop my attack on the king side, and later on he will go rook d8, attack my pawn on d4, and claim an advantage. But how likely, my question is, how likely and practical for a human to find all these moves after queen e2? Engine is not telling you this, folks. Engine is not telling you that this position is just much more easier to play for white. So again, you can fool yourself if you only check with the engine after the game. It's like, oh my god, how did I miss this resource? Rook d8, knight e7, knight g5. No, you must be much more careful in asking yourself why, for example, I castled short in this position. Why, for example, I didn't see this attack g4, g5 in the actual game, which was much more practical. I will show you how exactly this game finished. My human opponent played a5, and I played g4, obviously, and the game concluded very, very soon, because now g4, g5 is coming, and as you can see, white's attack is raging, black's king side is going to be demolished soon, and there's no way for black to hold this position, actually. Right, g5, the pawn storm is coming to its conclusion, and black cannot hold this position anymore. Just quickly, I'll just show you all the moves. Bishop h6, obviously, followed by rook g1, and crashing through on the king side. This is a very human conclusion after queen e2, but the engines are giving you queen e2 as a mistake. That's an incredible judgment to a human eye. And we must be careful about those engine solutions. And we must always evaluate positions with a human eye. We must ask ourselves certain questions. How practical, how easy? Can I see a human plan? How would you play this position? Why does the engine is giving you such moves as mistakes, for example, right? So I hope the lessons are clear, folks. Just to sum up, what we saw in these examples. Again, going back to the why question, because all of this we are doing to have the right conclusions, draw the right lessons, the why questions, right? How do we get better as chess players? This is how you should use the engine properly. I will actually challenge you. I will actually want to demonstrate to you as a human. Please send me some positions, folks. I want you to send me some interesting positions, and I will have another video where I will talk live. I will think out loud in those positions. I will use my human judgment, and only then I will check my own analysis with the engine to see and interpret and get the right lessons, just to show you how it's done, how it should be done properly. Of course, sometimes you need maybe a stronger player to talk to you, maybe a coach, to actually have these verbalizations. But verbalizations you must do. Why questions you must ask yourself. Engines should be mainly used as a verifier to verify or refute or question our human judgment. It's your brain that is the most important, folks, and your mental models that you need to modify as a result of your games and analysis. If you liked what you saw in this video, please send me your comments. Maybe you can like or subscribe so we can reach more people. You can check out my Chessable courses, for example. And I'm really, really waiting for your thoughts. This channel is designed to improve your chess game. We are doing this together, and I'm really happy to answer your questions. Send me some ideas. Maybe I can make other videos in the future about related subjects. Thank you so much, and I will catch you again very, very soon, folks.